Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm David Yakir.
And I'm Susan Keller-Horn.
And you're watching or listening to Yak About Today in Film, where you never know how the movie ends. So sit back, watch us, or get up, put your headphones on, go for a run, but listen to what we yak about today. Hey everybody, I am David Yakir here with Susan Keller-Horn.
Hi everybody. And today we have a really great guest. She is the winner of the Audience Choice Award for our dramatic shorts at the Vero Beach Film Festival, Laurie Criego. I'm saying that right, Laurie, aren't I? Am I saying your last name correctly?
Absolutely. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Anyway, we loved Indelible. We loved the whole story. But not all of our listeners have seen it. So give us a little bit of a quick synopsis on the film, and then I want to talk about all the cool things you're doing.
All righty. Well, Indelible came about. I have a friend who performs for memory care patients, and she's told me stories throughout the years. And I also have an elderly father who's a fabulous piano player. So we put together a little story about a crabby old man who goes to play music for memory care people, and the music kicks in these wonderful memories. Our director just brought the memories so much more beautifully to life than I had them on the paper. And it's just a little slice of life in a morning of a memory care, and kind of shows you the lives these people had that we don't really know about, which is what's leading me to the episodic structure that I'm trying to pitch, where we actually delve further into their backgrounds and their lives. So it's about music and memories.
Oh, that is amazing. So tell me a little bit about the episodes that you foresee in your episodic vision of Indelible.
When people saw the short film, they'd say, I wanted to stay longer, or I wanted a memory of somebody else. So what I envision is a half-hour anthology. I love anthologies. Modern Love, The Romanoffs, Room 104, solos, standalone short stories, 30 minutes, where this group of aides and residents and families gets together for a musical performance. And I'm kind of excited about that, because I think we can do a social media blitz to find new performers and download music. And then that music is going to kick in the backstory of one of the residents, pivotal moments in their lives. And like I said, it's a standalone short story. People seem to like to not have to invest hours and hours to watch something entertaining. So I just need to find some partners who want to do it with me.
I have a question, just Laurie. I was fascinated. Is his name John, who played the lead role in Indelible?
That's my father.
That's him. Okay. I wanted to know
He's
more about him, or how you found him.
He's going to be 98 next week.
Oh,
wow.
Wish him a happy birthday from us.
Figure. I will. We're still not sure if he knows he was actually in a short film. We think he thinks we were just videoing him playing for people. We're not sure what he really knows, but he pulled it off.
Is he a memory care patient as well, or?
Not technically. He's probably on the borderline. He's in assisted living. Kind of repetitive, but he still reads. He plays music every day. He improvises. And we think it's the music that's kept his brain as alert as it is.
Do you have some of stories of some of the people that have you thought through some of the stories for some of them? Can we hear a little bit about that?
Well, one of them is actually inspired by a very good friend of mine. She was a Black child adopted in the 70s and raised in a very Protestant white family and really lost her identity. And then I fictionalized her finding her own voice when she finds hip hop in New York in the early days, which really ties in the hip hop music. She goes on a search, finds her birth father, and finds out that he's very artistic as well. And in the real story, my friend did find her birth father, and they shared a love of film. So that's one of them. Another one is a happy guy. I don't know if you remember the film, but Stanley, the happy guy who just ate the donut, and he starts off life happy, he ends happy, but he has an interim in his life where he's got severe PSD from Vietnam. But then there's the husband. Family members come in, and we don't know about the family members. We don't always ask. What if you're a doomsday prepper who's prepared for every single thing, but now you have to watch your wife just slip away and you're helpless? Or the neurosurgeon, one of the aides is a neurosurgeon. Again, this was inspired by my mom's hospice nurse. He was fabulous. He got me through a very rough period of time, and I never really asked his story. And it was only after she died and we were looking for what to do with all of her things that he shared that he'd been a neurosurgeon in the country that he had to escape. So all these stories are based, I guess I'm basing them on a lot of the people I've already met.
I love that. That's amazing. So
everybody has a story.
They do. Everybody does have a story.
That's right. That's right.
And where are you in your journey to get this produced? Like, what's your plans going forward? And how do you go about doing
that? You have to have a pitch deck. Pitch decks are the whole thing now. And so I've been working very diligently on my pitch deck, sharing it with people. And so I have a pitch deck ready. I've got my pilot done. I've got the episode recaps done. And now I have to just keep my momentum going. Thanks to people like you who gave me a forum to meet people and to share the story initially. It's up to me now to keep the momentum going. And I have to network and get out there and talk to people and find somebody who, I can't do this one alone. This needs somebody who really understands the anthology, episodic, and music. So I need a major producer to want to take this on with me. And then I've got other.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I've got some other projects that I've been working on pitch decks. Since I left you guys in Florida, I've been working on pitch decks. That's what I've been doing because I need to finalize all my ideas. For 10 years, I've been doing this as a hobby. And now it's time to start making it a career. Obviously not my first career, but a new career nonetheless. So I'm learning a lot in networking and talking to people, and thankful for an opportunity to be on your podcast.
Oh, thank you. One of the things I do love about our festival is the ability for the filmmakers to get together. And we did 2 new things this year. We had what we called the Hidden Cellar, which was a place for filmmakers as well as our VIPs and our sponsors to kind of hang out during the festival when they needed a break. And, we served wine, had cool little seating areas that were provided by our local furniture company, Sunshine Furniture, and just had a blast there. But that was a great place for all of you to meet, and it was really nice. And then we had a forum as well. So were you able to attend the Filmmakers Forum?
No, I was not, but I did spend time in the Hidden Cellar. It was very inviting and very relaxing, and I'm still in touch with the people that I met there and talked with there. It was so very warm and welcoming, and especially somebody like me where this was my first short, it gave me a lot of validation as a filmmaker to hang out with other filmmakers, and everybody was so helpful about sharing information and strategies, and the Hidden Cellar was a very favorite place to be. In fact, we had to get routed out one day to go to actually see the films. We were all so comfortable there.
That's fun.
It's interesting you're talking about the making of the film. That is one of the big questions we get. So many people who are first trying to make a film come to film festivals to talk to filmmakers, and they're always curious about the process. We had a young filmmaker who is Vero-based, and she always wanted to tell the story about people don't realize that you can go 24 hours a day and you're begging your parents or you're begging friends to give you some money. You're begging friends to play different roles. And when you started to do Indelible, what was the process? I think that's what Susan was trying to ask earlier.
Yes.
The process of going through, you have this idea and, take us through, if you can, in more detail, because we always promise our young filmmakers who watch the Yak About Today in Film series about teaching them more and more about getting involved in film, the process of creating something, because they want to get involved in film festivals, because for most people, as you know, that's the only way that you get your film shown.
Absolutely. I think my situation might be a little different than the younger filmmaker in that I was able to self-finance, which takes a huge burden off. But you can't do anything until you have the story. And I have a lot of people in my life that are very supportive of my writing. And when I have an idea, they love it. And quite honestly, a friend of mine, I went to UCLA online school 10 years ago, and I still have some friends there. And one of my younger friends that's working in LA, I sent this short to him and said, does this work as a short? Most of my stuff is long form. And he said, this is a lovely story. It needs to be made. So my husband and I said, we're going to make it. And that's when I realized how much I don't know beyond the writing. So my husband's a tournament poker player. Oops. I just lost you. Are you there?
Uh-huh.
We're here. Can you hear us?
Okay. Oh, there you are. So my husband's a tournament poker player, and he said, I know a guy that I think is a director. So we talked to Shane Rock Nelson, who is a director. He'd done a lot of music videos, done some sports videos, and does mostly commercial stuff now. And he came in and helped us understand the team you need, bringing in the cinematographer, bringing in the makeup person. They brought in a producer. And then because my background is business and running business, as the executive producer, I could just jump in and do a lot of the stuff that we didn't have to pay somebody to do. But we were filming during COVID. So even once we thought we had a plan, COVID hit where we were going to film, and we had to shift gears, and the morning of filming, go to a whole new location.
Oh, wow.
But again,
Well, listen,
because I was able to self-finance, I didn't have to do the GoFundMe's or the beg family and friends.
Oh, that is great. We do need to go to a commercial break, but we will be back with you in just a few moments.
All righty.
Dr. Stephen Tate offers the safest and most efficient technique for customized cataract surgery. Patients are personally counseled on the best approach for their needs and lifestyle. From multifocal lenses that allow for distance and reading vision to toric lenses that correct astigmatism, let New Vision Eye Center guide you safely through your options. For world-class eye care on the Treasure Coast, visit newvisioneyecenter.com.
Summer is here, and it's a great time to create your outdoor room at Sunshine Furniture. Now, during our July clearance sale, you can save an additional 10% on all in-stock patio furniture from Lloyd Flanders, Woodard, Windward, Beechcraft, Pollywood, Berlin Gardens, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need, all built to withstand the Florida elements, and we also specialize in cushions, umbrellas, outdoor rugs, and fire pits. For inside, we have the largest selection of coastal sofas, sleeper sofas, dining sets, recliners, and bedroom groups in light and airy coastal colors by Four Seasons, Capri, and Universal, including a gallery of Tommy Bahama. Come in now for our July sale, including 50% off all pictures, lamps, and accessories. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com. Also, don't forget our outlet and sales center right across the street.
Sunshine Furniture. Are you a therapist or a nurse seeking the multi-state compact license? In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
And we are back. I'm David Yeck here with Susan Keller-Horn. We just want to remind you people that we are sponsored by New Vision Eye Center, and we're very grateful for it. And as usual, we could never do the show without them. And I never take on a sponsor. I've told you this unless I really believe in them. And you know, New Vision Eye Center, I wouldn't trust my eyes to anyone else.
You know, David, you talk about New Vision, but you need to talk a little bit about the doctors there because they're amazing. I know my mom goes there as well. She sees Dr. Reinauer.
I love Dr. Reinauer. He's great.
And then there's Dr. Tate. He did her cataract surgery. He's amazing. So, I mean, you need to give them a little bit more of a push there, David, because they are amazing.
They are. They absolutely are. And I really apologize for this because I love these guys. You know, Dr. Minotti, he was the first doctor I saw at New Vision. And if you really want a story about New Vision, so I walk my dog a lot, and maybe you've heard the story before. And people come out and they talk to you because if you have a dog, all the other dog people get together, right? And somebody thanks me, right? And I said, what are you thanking me for? Because I went to New Vision because I heard it on your show. And the guys are great, David. So I just want you to know that people do go when I say they should go, and they think the doctors over there are great. Anyway, I'll turn it over to you, Susan.
Well, we're back with Laurie Criego, and we've been talking about your film Indelible and the project that you've been working on with turning that into a series. But you have another project. But actually, I want to backtrack a little. You said, I didn't realize that this was your first short film. You said prior to this film, you'd mostly been doing it as a hobby. What were you doing as a hobby?
Writing, learning, listening to podcasts, going to classes. We sold our business in 2020, which gives me time now to get very serious and have focused, devoted time to making these projects. So I've got all these projects that I've been working on for 10 years in various states of writing. And my focus had totally been writing. But now that I've done this short film, I am hooked and want to executive produce and write and be involved with the whole process. It was so much fun. It was just so much fun.
So with all the writing that you did, where did that go? What did you do with that?
They are in folders in my drawer in various states. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing pitch decks. One by one, I'm getting a pitch deck done on each one of them. And the process of having to do the pitch really is fabulous because you have to be able to articulate it. And that's one of the hardest things as a writer. Everything's in your head and on paper. But you got to get people excited to read your paper and your scripts. So it's really challenging switching from hobby mindset to career mindset. And being at the film festival, at your film festival, helped that switch by being able to be with other filmmakers who take you seriously. And I can't tell you the impact of winning the Audience Choice Award. Being able to say to somebody, our little film won the Audience Choice Award, it gets people to take you seriously immediately.
That's awesome. And I will tell you, it was well-deserved. It's such a beautiful little film. I really, really love it. And I do hope it turns into a series. I think that sounds amazing. But you were telling me...
I do too.
I know, that'd be great. You were telling me about another project that you want to work on, and it sounds amazing. So tell us a little bit about that.
And this, again, was inspired by a true story. It's called 9 Wives, and it's about a guy who's been married 9 times, but it's really about his friend who struggles to remain loyal to him through all the years and all the wives. And again, it has a little bit of an anthology feel because each of the wives is a standalone story. How they meet, the weddings are all unique, everything's different, there's different cities. And it's about a guy who's been married 9 times, and it's called 9 Wives. So it's a light but poignant story about friendship over time.
So you did share your pitch deck with me, and one of the things that kind of reminded me of how it works is How I Met Your Mother. That like it's like kind of a few people talking and doing their life, but going back in time with all these different wives. I loved the concept. Can you share?
I cite How I Met Your Mother because there is voiceover narration. The friend as an adult is telling the story and kicking in the flashbacks of each of the wives, and it has it definitely has a How I Met Your Mother feel. Hopefully.
So who do you pitch to? Like, how do you find people to pitch to? How do you find, I mean, I know you're just starting this whole thing. What is your journey?
That's hard. It's really hard because all these people have hundreds of people, thousands of people like me who want to tell them the story. And that's where I'm at now, is trying to get to the right people to pitch to. We have a group in Minnesota, in Duluth, Minnesota, of all places, called Catalyst. And their whole mission is putting together people of episodic content, not feature film, just episodic, together with the buyers of episodic. And they have a huge conference in Duluth, Minnesota. Don't ask me why it's in Duluth, but it's very welcoming, and Duluth is becoming a hotbed for development. So you go to conferences like that. You talk to people you talk to people you meet. I haven't done any cold querying yet, which I need to do. And now that I have my pitch decks ready, that's this month's projects, is getting the queries out. But it's attending film festivals. It's having venues like you guys had, and where you gave us the time. And there were people that attended the festival that said we should talk, and let's talk. And so I'm just trying to follow up on each and every opportunity, but it's hard. It's really hard. And I was in sales.
Well, at least they just don't know what they're getting into, so they just go forward.
I have a question, Laurie. It's about, how do you think about distribution type of thing? So we know that we've seen Indelible, which, by the way, like Susan, it was one of my very favorite films in the festival. But how do you think about it, where do you take Indelible next?
From what I've learned about shorts is there really isn't, like, if you said, hey, I want to go stream a good short this afternoon, there aren't many places you can go do that. It appears to me that shorts are used as a calling card. Look what I was able to do. People make shorts intentionally as a way to sell their concept for a feature film. But there isn't a lot of places that you can go and monetize your short. So I think you have to go in thinking it's going to get you to your next step.
And one of the things that one of our past filmmakers and I were talking about is she was saying, hey, I'm working on a series, and are you guys going to have something that will be relevant to that for your festival? And I think that's something that we need to look at as a festival as well, David. I think we need to add that, incorporate that somehow into our festival.
Right. Episodics is becoming very, very big.
Yeah, Sundance last year had, I'm pretty sure it was Sundance, had an episodic track, and they actually showed a pilot of an episodic structure, but then filmmakers have to struggle with, do I make my pilot of my episodic structure? Do I spend the money to make the pilot to have something to show? What do they have to show at a festival? Because it's a half-hour pilot costs a lot of money to make.
Right.
On
well,
spec.
they treat it like a short.
Yes.
But I know we're gonna go in
We've
about.
been having so much fun talking with you, but our time is running out. We just have a few more seconds. So
That went so fast.
It did. Thank you so much for joining us, Laurie Criego. I loved your film and hope to see you next year at our film festival again.
Well, you guys were so wonderful, and I can't thank you enough for the film festival. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you, Laurie.
Bye-bye.
Bye.